Do you hear that? That is the sound of hundreds of thousands of Laker fans crying out in anger. Giannis is re-signed with the Bucks. This is the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, congrats to Bucks fans. This is a huge thing for Milwaukee, for Bucks fans, and it's a huge thing for the NBA. Absolutely huge. For small market teams that are doing everything they can, it feels like everything is going against them in keeping their guys and getting title hopes up. This is a big thing for everyone. I know that Laker fans who, pay attention to the NBA probably every other year, they probably check their Facebook feeds because they haven't figured out what Twitter is yet. They're really sad today. They'll find out about this probably in 3 days. That's how Laker fans go, and that's how Laker fans find things out. But they'll find out in like 3 or 4 days, and they'll be really mad. But Bucks fans, you've got to be ecstatic because you guys did everything right. And I don't know if right is the right word, but you've done everything you can and showed every bit of intent on being as good as you can possibly be to make your superstar happy. Giannis is, if he's not the best player in the league, he's arguably the best. Is, top 5 player at minimum. And, he could go anywhere he wants in the league. He could. Next year, he could just say, hey, I want to go to Miami. I want to go to LA. I want to go to the Knicks. He could go anywhere he wants, and they will figure out a way to get him on the team. And he is choosing to stay with Milwaukee and sign the supermax. And that is fantastic. I know, big markets are sad right now about it. Basically, the Lakers are sad, but no one cares. But small markets right now are cheering, and the NBA has to be ecstatic about this. This is great for the balance of the league. This tells all the small market teams out there that if you do everything right and you get one of these types of guys that changes the game and gives you title hopes every single year, if you do everything right, you should be able to sign that guy. Honestly, this might be outside of like Steph. I believe Steph got a supermax. Outside of him getting the supermax, this is like the best supermax possibility. So I guess in some ways it has proven to be effective, the supermax, because it kept Giannis. For other players and guys out there that qualify for the supermax that aren't quite there yet to that level, not maybe a good idea, but it's nice to see that it's working for Giannis. And every small market team out there now kind of feels like, hey, if we do everything right, it shows that you can keep a guy on your team. Milwaukee is not like a high profile city, it's not. I don't know if I'd call it a small market because I think it's a relatively big market, but it's not like a high profile city. It's not a destination city. It's not Miami. A lot like, the Clevelands out there, the Salt Lake cities, the Oklahoma cities. It's not like a destination, but you're able to keep your guy. And I think what this proves is that if there's a guy on your team that he wants to win and he wants a good culture and chemistry around him, you can keep that guy. You can. If a guy is about winning and that's what he's all about, and he's a super max level player, you should be able to re-sign him. And Giannis is doing big things. This is a big deal. Milwaukee in the past has seen players leave, big time players leave and go somewhere else, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You have him leave to go to LA. I mean, honestly, I was rooting for this for Milwaukee bad because I want to see parity in the league. I don't want to see shady, lame moves like Kevin Durant, It was shady. It just was. I don't care what your opinions are. It screwed that team. It screwed them. And you've got like someone like LeBron. And I love LeBron. And I think LeBron's done amazing things with his school. But what he did to Cleveland sucked. It really sucked. Because what did Cleveland do? They did everything they could to make him happy. They make moves that he signs off on. Moves that LeBron wanted them to do in Cleveland. And then goes to Miami. And then does the same thing in Miami. They do everything they can to make him happy. He even had the big 3. They won titles. And Riley says something to him that pisses him off. Now, LeBron goes back to Cleveland to kind of make things right, so that's good. But then he says when he goes back to Cleveland, I want to retire here. 3 years later, or whatever it is, goodbye Cleveland. I'm going to LA. It's lame. It sucks. If you're a small market team, you get tired of feeling like you're a farm system growing players for other teams that don't do the work themselves. LA has done nothing right in 10 years except for BLA, And so that makes someone lame like Anthony Davis, who gets himself traded out of New Orleans, who still had years left on his contract, by the way. These teams should be able to keep these guys playing, They should. And these guys are asking for their way out years before the contract. And it sucks. James Harden right now sucks. It sucks. It's stupid that you're asking for a trade 2 years with like 2-3 years left on your contract. No, you signed that. So you play the contract. Maybe we should live up to the things we sign up for. And this is why we should celebrate Giannis, because Giannis is this is a man's move. It is. This is what a man does. It's not like a little boy who gets his feelings hurt over something because he didn't get his way. He's doing a man's move here. And he's going to prove to Milwaukee that he's here to stay. He kept his word. He said what he was going to say, and he's proven it. And guess what? Milwaukee has proven it to him too. They've done everything they can. This isn't the Knicks. You know, Coach Bud isn't my favorite coach in the playoffs, but he's a good coach. And they have done everything they can to surround him with a system that supports his talents. And they've gotten players like Drew Holiday. They've gone all in to make him happy. And Giannis is rewarding them by staying. It's a fantastic story. I'm personally very happy about it. It's fantastic. You know, I'm pro player, and I believe players should be able to do the things they do. But at the same time, if a player does something lame or wants out or threatens a team they're not going to play, you know, Kyrie or Harden or someone like that, then we should be able to criticize them. You know, they can do what they want, but that should come with the right type of criticism. So when Giannis makes the right decision like this, we should celebrate it. Giannis should be put up as MVP this year. He should be the MVP. And he should be voted by everyone. Everyone on this channel, I want you to vote for Giannis for MVP because he deserves it. Not just because that his play deserves it, because he's literally helping the NBA keep its balance and keep that parity that makes it interesting for small market teams. If small market teams always feel like they're a farm system for the big markets, you lose interest over time. You know, I personally get tired of answering questions like, is so-and-so going to leave in 4 years? Oh, it's so like people freaking out over player options on contracts, because guess what? Players like Harden and LeBron and Kyrie and Anthony Davis, the list goes on and on and on, are just requesting out of contracts years and years early now. It's stupid. So celebrate Giannis, guys. It should be National Giannis Day. December 15th, 2020. This is the day where Giannis brought balance to the Force, defeated the Sith Lords, and did a good thing. This is big. It's a Merry Christmas to the league, and it's a Merry Christmas to small markets and, you know, non-destination markets. Everyone should shout for joy that the empire in LA is crushed, and they'll find out in a couple days on Facebook, and they'll make a weird trade like Talon Horton-Tucker for James Harden. But today we all get to celebrate before the Lakers fans find out. Guys, that's all I got to say. Like and subscribe to this channel. I will talk to you later.